Yes, the opening line and surfacing. I use a pitch shifter, one note shifted up 1 octave, another note shifted up 2 octaves, original note mixed out, a little bit of digital delay, a little bit of reverb, then some really disgusting digital distortion to make it sound like shit. Here's actually how it's performed. In the opening part, I'm doing the really gross tap thing. At the same time, Jim's playing a variation on what ends up being the main riff, and variation is very important. You don't want to always play the same riff over and over and over, but you can imply that same kind of feel by just changing things. And really quickly, here's how this goes. One thing we do in order to change the feel is alternating between playing open notes and open chords into muting them and changing the drum patterns. So we go from this muting the B notes that are coming in between the chords. Gives it a little bit of different feel. The drums change a little bit, changes the tone, moves into the next section of the song. The line going opposite mine during the verse starts off like this. With the lovely little Ross Robinson effect that he threw on there, full of all sorts of nasty sounding vintage gear, as Ross is so well known for doing. The next verse that comes around, reversed it. Ghost bend, dropping, same effect. The main riff that we repeat all through the song in different variations. Interesting thing about the song is, in a way, it's kind of like Rush. You'll hear Rush will take a guitar pattern and then we'll have the drums move in and out and change the feel while the guitar part stays the same. Completely change the feel. This doesn't get quite as radical as some of the vintage Rush stuff does, but I've always kind of thought of it in that way a little bit. And that you can play a riff, kind of drive it in the ground, but as long as you have everything moving around it, you can still convey a different thought and a different feel while keeping the same basic theme without getting things too crazy or too riff dominated. Main guitar riff, very simply. Slowly. When working on downpicking, basically you want to sit down with Master of Puppets and learn it and play along with it. And I really just does the right hand. One thing I like to do is to get a much thicker, more percussive sound would be downpick, and hopefully as fast as possible. There's certain limits where you have to switch to alternate picking. One thing you can do is just pick any sort of random riff. You can even play just open notes, downpick. Set your metronome to a comfortable speed where you can play it cleanly for a long time, say 30 seconds. You get lactic acid builds up in your forearm, it'll kind of burn a little bit, kind of like you're at the gym. Once you start getting comfortable with that, then you can cleanly play just riding open stuff. Push your tempos up a little bit. Always play at a comfortable speed. Don't really have to strain too much. If you're straining, roll your metronome back just a little bit and play until you're actually pulling it off cleanly before moving it up. Basically, you'll graduate different steps, say 4, 6, 8 beats per minute up, and then work on it there so you get comfortable. Keep moving it up, keep moving it up. And within a few weeks, actually, you'll notice that you can really speed that up quite a bit. We basically spent a lot of time with a similar theme throughout the song. Like I said, to me what comes to mind is the way Rush would work a riff with the drums changing the pattern where the guitar doesn't have to change at all times to keep the song interesting. And the rest of the song just kind of rides those same themes out, changing the feel via the drums, different vocal patterns, and then you're out. Keeps things unmuddled, not overly complicated, and pretty efficient. But it also maintains, I find that the heaviest songs tend to be the simplest. Look to Black Sabbath, if you need any evidence of that. So, that's that.